Hi, this is Vincent from Taste of Massachusetts. Welcome to another edition of our interviews with great bloggers. Today we have Tony DeLuca, aka Diva of the Vines Tony on Instagram. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for considering me a great blogger.
Well, you know a lot about a subject and you put out content constantly. I mean, that's really what a good blogger does. So I start out with everyone. How'd you get started? How did you, come to do this stuff?
Get started blogging or get started in the wine industry?
Blogging, because the wine industry would take us an hour and we try to keep these short.
Well, I was actually in Newport covering a wine dinner, and there were a lot of bloggers there, and I just got inspired by their passion and how much fun they were having. Specifically, there is a gal that blogs for beer. Her name's Lisa. She does Pork and Pints Boston, and she kind of took me under her wing and showed me some tricks and gave me the encouragement I needed to feel confident enough to put myself out there.
Awesome. So obviously you cover wine, you focus on wine. Where have you been to, where have you been blogging or traveled to and blog that you've really found interesting or maybe gotten recognized for?
I'm lucky because I get to travel to a lot of winemaking regions with my job, and one of the most inspiring places I've ever been to was Andalusia, Spain, and the people that I met, the just general passion of the area, the winemaking that goes on there is unlike any other in the world.
Okay, but tell the real story where someone recognized you from your blog.
There's been some random situations where I've been in places and people have recognized me. When I was in Chile, when I was in France.
But the Spain one was the best.
Well, actually, I had landed in the Madrid airport and I was waiting to catch my next flight to Jerez, and I heard my name being called, and I turned around and it was a winemaker that I had not met yet, a local winemaker, Marco Montes, who is the winemaker for Travessia in New Bedford. He called over to me and he came over and I instantly recognized him, and it was just so funny that we were, we live so close to each other here in Massachusetts and we follow each other, but he recognized me at an airport in Madrid and we hung out and spent our layover together.
That's
it was
awesome.
Kind of funny.
You also said you were recognized, you went to like a wedding in New York.
That was funny, yeah. So I was actually at my brother's graduation in upstate New York, and I went into a wine shop. I had been admiring some of the selections that they had, and I was like, I'm gonna pop in and check it out. And the owner came right up to me and was just like, oh my God, I can't believe the diva's here. And it was just kind of comical and funny, and we actually chit-chatted for a while. He ended up pouring me a couple samples of some stuff, and we are still friends, and we can comment on each other's stuff all the time now, and I consider him more of a friend.
So obviously you're the wine director of Julio's Liquors, which is great because you just get to try a lot of wines, you run the wine department and all that fun stuff. So I know you travel a lot locally. What have been some of the local wineries that you've really liked visiting?
Each one has its own unique pizzazz and spark, but I'd have to say every time I go down to Rhode Island to Greenville Vineyards, I just instantly fall in love with the atmosphere there. There are a lot of local wineries that are just wineries. They're not also vineyards. At Greenville, it's a vineyard and a winery. So right on the Seconic River, about 20 minutes from Newport, and just the drive down there is beautiful, but when you get there, you're surrounded by estate grapevines. The people who own it are wonderful. Billy is one of the assistant winemakers. His family owns it, and he's being trained to become the winemaker. Just an awesome guy. Every time I go there, it's I feel like I'm going to just see my friends. So
and it's just a
good atmosphere.
I mean, the best way to describe that place is just adorable and relaxing.
God. So cute.
Okay, so I got to go there with you. That was great. Mention a couple in Massachusetts just for
totally. I was actually completely shocked. I was in the Berkshires this past weekend, and I went out to Glendale Ridge. It was the first time that I'd ever been to Glendale Ridge Winery. That's in Southampton. So more towards Western Mass, kind of Central Mass area. I walked right in. Beautiful property. They also have estate vines that they're growing, a lot of different hybrid grape varieties that they're experimenting with. I walked right up and they greeted me with sparkling wine. They had just released their first Pet Nat, which is a naturally sparkling style of wine, won gold medal recently, and It was just a fantastic experience. I had live music. They were shucking oysters. So it's like I walk in and boom, sparkling wine, then oysters, then the winemaker's there, and then I have the owner coming to greet me. And actually, they recognized me there too, which was kind of funny. It was just one of those moments where I didn't even realize it existed. A friend had told me about it like the day of, and we went there on a whim, and was a memory that I will not forget.
Well, one other place I want to ask you about in Massachusetts, because you took me there. It was it's probably one of the first wineries I ever visited, was Truro Vineyard and Winery on the Cape. That place is you want to talk about beautiful,
Yeah.
picturesque.
That is an old reliable. That is like a place that is so fond in my heart. All the people that work there are amazing. It's a family-owned and operated establishment. They actually have a winemaker from Croatia, which is kind of cool because he adds this kind of old world pizzazz to this very East Coast New World mentality. Of course, on Cape Cod, it's near the ocean, so you're smelling and feeling the salt air across your face as you're like hanging there. And I think one of the parts that I like most about it too is that it's also a distillery, so you're getting a double whammy experience. You're going there, they have really fun, delicious wines. Some of the grapes are purchased, some are estate, but then you're also getting this distillery experience. You can go there and you can bring somebody who maybe isn't into wine, and you both can have a really good experience. Go there, get a painkiller. They have food trucks there, so you can really spend your like entire afternoon there having a picnic, enjoying the ambiance. I would highly suggest going there in the off season too, because a lot of people don't think that they can go and have this kind of amazing outdoors experience not in the summer on Cape Cod. But I feel like that's like a year-round gem.
Yeah, their 20 boat spiced rum is, you could pour that on flapjacks and be happy.
Oh,
So
it's
it's
so
awesome.
good. Yeah.
So thank you for sitting with us and interviewing. And once again, this has been Tony DeLuca. Follow her at Diva of the Vines Tony on Instagram. And if you're interested in one of these interviews in the future, please just shoot me a direct message through Instagram and we can start chatting. Thanks and have a great day, everyone. Bye.